Okay, this is a 2000 Lincoln LS. And that ball joint upper controller ball joint is loose. It's a bad ball joint, and this is how to replace it. First, I need to mark the position of this control arm to set those rear mounting bushings back here in the correct position to avoid damaging. Okay, on this one, this line right here on the control arm seems to be even with this wheel well right here. Seems to point right to it. So I'm going to use that as a reference point for reinstalling the control arm. After jacking up supporting the car on jack stands, I'm going to remove the wheel. Next step is to remove the ball joint nut and remove the ball joint. When this comes out, try not to let it hang off of this brake hose. Don't let that hold this up because that could damage the brake hose. Try and tie it up here with a wire. Tie it up here with a wire or a piece of hanger or something. I'm using an 18mm wrench, closed in wrench, 8mm socket to hold the threads. You can turn it, the nut off the ball joint like so. I use a pair of pliers to hold the other end of the threads. Luckily on this one, it's coming off. Sometimes I might have to cut them. Use plumber wrenches, vice grips to keep those threads from turning. It comes right off. And the ball joint off, I'm going to take these bolts here, 2 of them off to take the control arm off. Here's another look at the bad ball joint. Pull it every which way, it's no good. Okay, with these stock bolts, they have I don't know if you can see it, a little clip that prevents the bolt from turning. So when I go on inside under the hood, I'll be able to turn these bolts loose without using a wrench on this side. to loosen the bolts. The bolt for the control arm is here. This is one nut. Okay, the other nut is down underneath the master cylinder. Can't really show it on the camera, but I gotta take those two nuts off. Okay, from right here I got my wrench on the bolt on this side because it's the hardest side. And just turn it off. It's real loose. I might be able to hand turn it now. So just pull it up and it'll come off of there. Two bolts, two nuts off. Gotta take these two bolts out. It'll work. And take the control arm off. Okay, with the control arm removed, here's the new control arm. We put this in a position. The manual recommends new bolts. Grade 8 bolts is the strongest automotive bolts. So I'm going to put these in with these. Okay, I got the control arm in position. Got the new bolts installed on it. New bolts installed. Put the ball joint onto the spindle. You have to leave these loose so you can line it up to the reference points that I had mentioned earlier. Put that on. Tighten this down and get ready to align it to tighten down the bushings back here. Alright, now I got my jack under the ball joint. Lift it up till this control arm is level with this fender that I had noted before. Also marked, I don't know if you can see it, some marks where these little knuckles can line up with to confirm that it's in alignment. Alright, that's about where it should be. That's about where it should be. So I'm going to tighten up these bushings here, and that should have the control arm properly aligned. Okay, the control arm is completely installed. Gonna lower it to the ground, put the wheel on, and control arm installation repair will be complete. Okay, finally got the wheel on, lower it to the ground and complete the job. The new control arm installed.